Hey everybody, Kenny Conklin here from sci-fi-fantasy.com, and today we got our little man behind the camera again. There is his big hands waving in front of you. He had hockey tryouts this morning, and him and his cousin did very well, and then we'll find out what team they're on. Not much is going on, but we'll bring you over to the workbench over here, and my buddy's gonna walk over with the camera and show you what we got going on here. So, my brother ordered, or I hope he ordered, the windows today, and I was talking to him about the thrusters and stuff like that, and over here you can see there's no, they're not notched out for the lights that would be on the side, but the light up there to simulate the thruster is there. He told me not to go crazy, but of course I started cutting them out. So I'm going to cut these out. I'm not really worried about the size. I want them a little bit bigger. What I'm going to do is going to get mask, make them all the same size, and I'm going to fill them in with acrylic. And then once they're filled in and masked off, they'll come out just fine. So these aren't too bad because there's plenty of lip underneath here to do that. The problem is going to be with the thrusters over here.
Hold on.
No, you got it? Okay. And then we're going to cut these out, and I'm probably going to have to cut a little bit of the lip out over here and figure out how we're going to get that in there. And of course, because I watch my buddy Simon Merckx all the time, I'm going to borrow one of his ideas, and I'm over here. Actually, on all the thrusters, we're going to build a little light box pretty much to keep this light centered in here. This way it's not bleeding anywhere else inside the model. And I gotta get rid of the little boobies over here.
Hold on, now you just say boobies.
And put the new ones on here that are more accurate. I gotta look online, because some I see where the phaser banks are, the grid line actually comes through, and these are two separate plates, and some I've seen that it's one plate. So if anybody knows if this is one plate or two plates, just let me know. I'm going to be searching around anyhow to get this pretty much corrected, and then I got to look around and see where there's more lights over here. I think just make sure that that's all done up and ready. So we got this guy almost all sanded down. I got to spray it again, but I'm not going to spray it till I get the frisket so I could do the windows the right way. And I got this guy pretty much all done. I'm going to spray him now. I used liquid mask over here to keep it from getting paint in there. I got it on the edges on the inside a little bit, but I'm not too worried about that because I'm most likely either going to put frisket in here again when I do the real paint job, or the inside is going to get touched up by hand with that. Now these two little guys.
Wait, hold on.
These two little guys over here. You got it? Alright, these two little guys over here have to be moved out just a little bit. So I got to seal those off, move them out, and we'll get the lights in there. This is getting, I already see it getting tighter and tighter.
Wait, where do they gotta look?
Where I was showing them, buddy. Now I was looking at the lighting. They give it pretty much a hole to fit almost a 3mm bulb in there, which I can't get it in now. It doesn't make it all the way through, and putting a 3mm all the way through I think would be too high. So I think I'm going to just do that, if you can see it, where it's just the top crown.
Yes, I can.
Of the LED itself as the nav lights and the anti-collision lights and stuff like that. I don't want to go too high because then that's not going to look good. Yeah, it's not going to look good at all. Now I got to remember this was a green one. And put this back.
Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3.
Red light, green light, 1, 2, 3. Exactly. So with the thrusters over here, all I've been doing is taking the Dremel, throwing it on, going with the box. And then once I pop one of those out and scrape off my plastic, because I ain't got the cash right now to order a pin vise, this way I can do it better, but you do what you got to do with what you have. And if I can find the file that I was using, okay, the pretty much kind of square one. And all I'm doing is jamming it in there a few times to get it cleaned up. And like I said, I'm not worried about the oversize. We're just going to mask that off anyhow, because it's going to be filled with acrylic to let the light in. So we'll do that, and then you make sure you clean up the outside edges. And we got a hole that we got to finish up later on. So what we're going to do is take a break for a second, and we'll be right back. Okay, well, while I was taking a little break, I sprayed up the top half of the saucer, the impulse, but I'll show you that in a minute. But if you didn't see the very first video, or a couple other videos where I did the acrylic for the windows, once I cut out the windows, let me put my finger over this so I don't lose it. You tape this up really tight. This way nothing can escape, none of the fluid or anything. And then you put in your acrylic. Either you're going to use nail polymer, or you can use dental acrylic. I use the nail polymer. It's crystal clear, it comes out fine. So what you do is you put it in there, you tape it up, and you use something like an eyedropper or something like that to put the liquid, the setting solution, in here. I use a syringe because it makes it easier for me to put it exactly where I want it. And then load this guy up. And with the syringe, I really don't overdo it. Sometimes I underdo it, and the good thing about the acrylic is you can just drill it out and redo it. Now, the acrylic solution that I use does react with the paint, so it may bubble this off, but I'm not too worried about that.
It's fine, it's fine.
And then we'll recap this so I can put this back, the solution back in, because I don't want to waste it. This is going to take about 10-15 minutes to set up.
Try.
So once this is set up, we'll come back and I'll show you that. But right now, I'll show you. We got this guy done over here. Well, he's not done because there's a little flake over here. I don't know what happened there, and I still have some sanding to do around the edges where the Bondo was piled a little too high. I didn't see that because I didn't have the primer on, but you can see the nice detail that Don puts into the part. And this is primed up. Now remember to mask these off if you're going to light. And the other thing is, remember to mask up the back of the clear part too if you're going to light it, because if you spray this, you're done. There's no lighting it up unless you get it all off. But make sure you get that done too. So what we're going to do is we're going to take another little break. We'll wait for that to set up. We'll take the tape off it, and then I'll throw an LED on real quick so you can see what it looks like behind there. So we'll be back in a little while. Okay, so we let the acrylic dry. As you can see, it's nice and flat. And like I said, don't worry about the shapes over here, because it naturally went with the curve. And we're just going to get the two small pieces of masking, put it on there, and boom, we paint over it, pull the masking off, and we'll have the two nice rectangles over here that are the thrusters. So what we'll do is let's hit these lights, and then we'll turn on the amber LED. We're testing right now. Can you see, bud?
Yes. Wait, hold on. There.
Okay, and then once we put the amber LED, You can see where the thrusters are. And again, don't worry about the shape. Those are going to be the correct shapes once they're done. And like I said, if you mess this up, you could just drill these out and do it again. But it's going to be a nice little effect there. And on the top when I figure out how to do these instead of just, whatchamacallit, not having these lit up. But I want to talk to, I'm going to have to talk to Simon, because he said on his last big refit he did, he had these like flickering. So if he had them flickering like as if the thrusters were going off randomly, I gotta see if I could get one of those boards that he had, and maybe I could just do all the lighting off of that one board. But that looks pretty cool. So I'm gonna get to the rest of this tonight, drilling out the holes and stuff like that. Oh, I gotta love how hot an LED gets when you don't have a resistor on it. That's pretty hot. So we'll toss these back in here, and that's gonna be this for the night. Besides me, you know, that's gonna be that for filming for the night. So if my little guy will back up and don't have me all the way zoomed in.
Hold on, you look like you're like right.
Okay, put the front of the tripod down. This is movie making at its finest with the little guy behind the camera. Okay. But he's doing pretty well. He gave me the thumbs up that we're crystal clear. So that's it on this right now. Like I said, I'm gonna be drilling out some more holes, getting this all ready to go, and waiting on some more parts, and it'll look all pretty. Hopefully the video looks better this time, because I went out and I didn't get new overhead lighting, but I got new daylight lamps. This way, instead of having yellow light coming at us, we got white light, so hopefully this whole looks better. And over on Sci-Fi Fantasy, we're starting a Battlestar Galactica Viper build. Any Viper you want to build, any way you want to build it. So if you're interested in that, come sign up. Go to the social button and then groups, and find the group and just join us there, and we'll be doing that. So thanks again everybody for stopping by and watching our video, and we'll see you all soon. Say goodbye, Ken.
Bye.
And there's the big hand from the little guy. Have a good night, everybody. Bye-bye.